Welcome, Internet, to the PSVG podcast. It's your boy, Dat Ninja Dev, joined as always by Donnie, Eat the Hype Reese, and Delvin, Regulators Today, Cox. How are we doing today, gentlemen?
Doing better until you invited him on the podcast. I don't know who they think they are, but I'm not sure if you listen to the PSXP, but this man straight threw me under the bus. Just flat out under the bus. It was both wrong, incorrect, it was egregious, it was habitual, it was ridiculous, ludicrous. And I'll have none of it. So I'd like everyone on the show to know that tonight I'm podcasting with Dev. That's it. It's just a one-on-one conversation.
I see. I
Sometimes
gotta do.
you need that.
Gotta do one of those Will Smith apologies.
Sean, thank you. You had me giggling when you came in here with the first, and now you're saying my white tea looks good. I appreciate that, Sean.
It does. Looks crisp, clean.
It is.
I
very
respect
crisp.
it.
I mean, if you're gonna have a white tea, it's got to be crisp, right?
Yes. I love you, Donnie.
Oh man, what did y'all say on that podcast? I haven't listened to it yet.
How you doing, Dev?
You just must have really
How was
hurt
your
your feelings. I'm doing great, Donnie. My week has been good. I've been tired because it's just been a lot of work to do, but otherwise I've been pretty good. I even played some video games, which is a rarity for me as of late.
Thanks.
Yeah. Speaking of video games, what did you play, Donnie? How's your week been? What you been up to?
Well, bought one of these.
That's awesome.
How do you like that?
That thing is
cool.
Awesome.
I'm very excited. I actually bought two of them.
You bought two?
These are Lancers from Gears of War, Rebecca. They are life-size replicas of the Lancer. The one you just saw is from Gears Tactics or Judgment, I think. Judgment, maybe. And then I bought another one, the retro one from the OG. And I absolutely adore them. I've always wanted one. They're very expensive, little collectibles. And I decided to go hunting for one. I've been looking around for one for about a month, and I found a person who had two of them for sale. And what I would call like retail, like going rate. And I talked him down to giving me both of them for that same price. I said, just save yourself a bunch of time,
What a
bunch
deal.
of effort, like just give me both of them. I'll just take the two for one. And then if you haven't saw on Twitter, I put together a nice little Gears shrine, which makes me very happy. So keeping with the news, for those of you that don't listen to Sweet Hangs, I've been playing Gears 2. So I played Gears Ultimate last year. I started playing Gears 2. Lowrel in our Discord, he messed my whole damn day up because he asked me to recommend. He was like, what Gears game should I start with first? I think I went back and forth and gave him about 8 different answers before I finally
really
settled
did.
on it. Yeah,
really
it was
did.
really difficult because I think Gears 5 is the most approachable. It's the best looking. It's the best playing. It has the best multiplayer. Like, it's in so many ways, Gears 5 checks the boxes. But I play Gears for the campaign and the story. As I often say, I think it's a lot of people have, I think through the years, a common headline or narrative that we've heard in video games is, what is, Xbox's answer to Uncharted? And I've often said that Gears is Xbox's answer to Uncharted because I see the way I play the games and what I look for from the franchise for both are very, very similar. So, but yeah, long story short, I've been playing Gears 2.
Nice.
And definitely enjoying it. So I said Gears 5, and then I was like, well, he's not going to know anything about Gears 5 story-wise. So I was like, go play Gears 4. Right. And then Gears 4 is still probably my favorite, like, campaign-wise, because I just think the lore and the story is so grand. They do so much in Gears 4, even from the old trilogy to the new trilogy. It's just, there's so much packed in there. But then I started thinking he wouldn't know what the hell's going on in Gears 4 either. And obviously, I think the easiest way to recommend anything is to just start at the beginning. But the problem with that is backwards compatibility. So we have Gears the Ultimate Edition, but we don't have remasters for 2 and 3. They have been boosted on back compat, but I had never experienced them, and it's hard to recommend somebody to go play a 360 game in 2022. That is until I booted it up and started playing it. It's fucking fantastic on Xbox Series X. 4K, 60, everything in engine is really crisp. The cutscenes are still, original. But everything else is great, and I'm having a blast playing Gears 2. Nice. It's so good. I completely forgot that there's this whole Jabu's belly part of the damn game. Completely just forgot the whole damn thing.
What does that mean?
Yeah, you wouldn't get that, I guess.
Jabu's belly? What the?
It's a Zelda reference. It's a Zelda reference.
I know what you're talking about. That's a big part of it. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but it's a cool scene.
You hear something? I don't. Faint. Yeah. Anyway, so I played Gears 2. I went and replayed What Remains of Edith Finch. Rebecca, while you're on the chat, if you've never played that game, I know you got your Game Pass. It's on Game Pass. Go play What Remains of Edith Finch. It continues to be.
Isn't it on PlayStation 2?
No idea.
Like PS Plus.
I would need
play it on PlayStation. Don't play it on Xbox.
It is one of my favorite examples of how compelling a narrative can be in a video game. It is such a good example. It's like a book comes to life. It's like your imagination played out via controller. I mean, it's so damn good. I remember back when it came out, me and Kyle both said it was our game of the year that year, and just replaying it, I was like, yeah, it's still that damn good. So I did play that, and then I played a little Demon Throttle, Dev.
Yeah, you did.
I played about
kicked your ass.
35 minutes of Demon Throttle, and I died one too many times on the second level. I was happy. I felt rewarded to even make it to the second level, and then I died one too many times on the second level, and I just put it back in the box, and I put it on my shelf next to my desk door. So that's what I've been playing this week. You know this, but because others don't, because I got these Gears Lancers and all the stuff that I did, I had to rewire and reorganize my entire entertainment center, because all of my Xbox stuff used to be on the left. There wasn't enough room over there. So I basically had to move all my Xbox stuff over one side, all my PlayStation stuff over to the other side. And because I moved all of my Gears controllers, my Gears figures, my Gears pops, all my Gears stuff out of the cubbies, I freed up a lot of cubbies. So now I'm on the hunt for more stuff to fill the cubby. So I filled a couple. I bought some Assassin's Creed statues, but I wanted to use this as a PSA because I never have. We hear about this when the consoles launch. I've never cleaned out my Xbox. So we've had it for 2 years now. I've never taken the back off of it and cleaned it out. If you haven't, you probably should, because so much damn dust came out of that thing. I hit it with
you
the
don't
air
play
bottle.
it because you've decided to be a PC gamer. It's just going to collect
I
dust.
still play it plenty. It's just the dust is stuck in there. And it came out comically, in a cloud, like a poof came out. I was like, well, holy shit. So, if you haven't hooked up your vacuum to your PS5, if you haven't taken an air bottle to your Series X, maybe give that a try. You consider this your 2 year, your 2 years notice, because I definitely needed to do that. I've got a bone to pick with Mr. Warren G here. Again, on his
Another
podcast.
one?
Did you hear what he said?
No, I haven't listened.
I definitely didn't agree with it.
So...
Now, obviously, I'm biased because I'm me. I'm going to defend myself. This man said that every game that I don't like, I think is trash. There's no nuance in my not liking something that I think it's just awful. And I think what he has me confused with is every game that he likes is trash. And that's why he thinks that about me. Now, I can't help that you like trash games.
It's true.
Here's the other thing. It's not that, it's okay to like trash games. I like trash movies. There's nothing wrong with it. But you don't have to go attacking other people on syndicated publications because you feel hurt. Okay?
One, that's not what happened.
That is exactly what happened. No, verbatim. Verbatim, that's what he said, Dev. Verbatim.
I believe it. I believe it.
100% what happened. Habitual.
I don't know why, yo, but I believe him.
Habitual.
2, if Donnie doesn't like a game, he says it's trash. Example,
I do not.
Star Wars.
I don't think that about myself.
I think he'll only say it's trash if he knows I like it, because that's just how me and him get down.
I'll say
But
that about Final Fantasy.
Donnie will give you, especially if he's played it, he'll give you the reasons why he doesn't like it, but he won't just outright say it's trash unless it's actually trash. I think Donnie does the best job of actually getting into the nitty gritty and like reviewing games of the three of us by far.
Yeah, when it comes to reviewing games, yes. But when it comes to other factors, if he doesn't like a game, he will say it's trash. And that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. If I don't like a game, I'll say it's trash too, but I don't mean it's necessarily trash. You can say anything's trash. Doesn't mean it's trash. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Exactly. That's my point.
This man came after me. Like they came after.
That was my whole point. I said, just because I don't. I said, if he doesn't like a game, that's fine. That's what it was.
It was a hit job.
I don't think you understand how Hitman works.
I was driving, listening. It was like a drive-by podcast.
Drive-by fruit.
I was driving. And I was just like, I had
they got me.
Side of the road. I'm coming home.
Why you do him like that, Delvin? Dang.
I didn't do like anything.
Especially if you wasn't going to include me in it. Come on.
Wasted screen. Kyle's got it.
Any of my friends know if I talk shit about you, I like you. If I don't like you, I don't talk shit about you at all. I just come fuck you up.
Yeah, you only get 4 bars. Fuck y'all niggas. That's it.
Yeah. I'm not going to have a conversation with you. It's not going to be no talk. I'm going to go to wherever you live at, wherever border it is.
Just know that I'm listening. I'm always listening.
Always watching.
Always listening. I keep receipts. So shit's not going to go unchecked. So don't feel safe just because you're over in PlayStation land.
I don't ever feel safe anywhere I go. Not in PlayStation land. I don't feel safe on my podcast. I don't feel safe on the Delvin Cox Experience.
You shouldn't. You
might
shouldn't.
just pop up in there and start yelling at me. Nowhere I go do I ever feel safe.
No. That's what
man. Well, we don't care that you finished Stray, Delvin, so I'm going to talk about what I've been playing.
You know what? I don't care that I finished it either, so that tells you everything you need to know.
I dove into Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Decided to go ahead and fire that up because why the hell not? I've always wanted to play Gears. It's never had an Xbox, and I don't really go back and play old things, so But after TPR asked him a question about like what did you want to play, because this game runs like just crash on PC, and I remembered it not running well. I was like, you know what? Let's just boot it up and give it a try. Surprisingly enough, Gears runs 4K, ultra, 120 frames. No problem. I was very, very shocked at how well it ran on the PC. Didn't have any frame drops, no buffering. It's just a very smooth experience. In fact, it's almost too smooth. When you roadie run, the screen shake that it creates made me so sick. I was like, oh man, I got to.
Doesn't make me sick, but I definitely. I'm appreciative of being able to turn off like motion blur now, because it is definitely something I noticed when you're running and the screen pop. I was like, man, I wish I could just tone this back a little.
It jacked me up, and there's no way to turn off either the screen shake or the head bob. Like you can't. There's no options to turn that off. You can turn off the motion blur, but I couldn't turn off the head shake, the head bob, or
the shaking. You're not going to be able to. Like I can deal with that. I wish I could turn the blur off.
I could not. I couldn't take it, but I was actually getting into the game. Just I refuse to roadie run because if I do, it's just all bad.
That's okay.
But you know,
sometimes the game does put you in like sequences where you have to, but they're very short.
You have to do it.
Yeah. Oh my god, it just I can only play that for so long before it's like, all right, I gotta step away because I'm gonna throw up.
I was telling Sean, I think it's one of the many things that I really like about Gears, in addition to the story and the characters, which is always first and foremost. But it's like one of the one shooters that I really appreciate the way that it plays, not like Call of Duty. Like so many other shooters, I wish they would just play like Call of Duty. And it's like I would hate to ever hear Gears even go anywhere near that. It's like I really like the way the Gears plays. I want them to stay that way.
Yeah, Gears is fun. It's a
agree.
third-person cover shooter.
It's so cool, that thing that a lot of people say about like Battlefield. It's like I don't want it to be like Call of Duty. I like Battlefield. I've never felt that way about Battlefield. I've always thought Battlefield felt bad, but I do feel that way about Gears. I like that Gears feels different. It's a different kind of shooter.
Yeah, I mean, third person. I would have. I'm surprised to even hear you even like put them in the same like
shooters, man. I know you think nothing can ever be completely compared at all. I mean, shooters.
No, it's not even that. But it's just, but the way you shoot, everything feels completely different to me. Like I'm not looking for cover in Call of Duty. I'm not. It feels completely different to play.
I did Modern Warfare. You better find cover. Your ass is gonna get lit up.
Nah.
Okay.
Don't
Stream Modern Warfare 2.
Go.
I want to see you ever take cover.
I played the game on hard, and I'm just, you just aim for the head. See, that's the problem. You be aiming for the body because it's center mass, and you better target. No, if you shoot in the head, they go down.
Okay.
In the story.
I forget.
Either way, I was playing Gears of War.
Glory of Dev.
Damn straight. I had a good time.
Maybe Destiny
would be
better
there for a long time. I was there for a good time. See, we're not even gonna as I was saying. Gears of War is fun. I actually want to get back to it. It seems like the story might actually be kind of good. That is the only reason I've ever wanted to play it was for the story.
And it's so awesome.
We'll see what happens. I also jumped into Shadow of War because why not? Because it's Game Pass on PC. I was like, let me check it out. Because I've been missing that melee combat. So I was trying to find something that fills that void that has been left by Ghost of Tsushima, with the parry system and being able to just slice fools up. So I was like, all right, let's jump into Shadow War. Pretty cool. I'm enjoying it. It feels dated. Like it definitely feels old. It doesn't feel as smooth as Ghost or even like Horizon when it comes to the melee combat. Like I just enjoy that more. It feels heavier.
It's more like it's like an old school Creed game.
Yeah, there's no weight to anything. So it just feels so
I felt that way when it came out though. I've always felt that way with both of those games. And I'm okay with it. I'm fine with it. But it does feel more like kind of like the Ezio style of Creed game.
Yeah. It's just light, no kind of weight, no kind of heft to any of the weapons.
Just kind of run and bounce off of everything. And
yeah. Even like the attacking, like I want to, like you have to hit them so many times. I'm just like, this is ridiculous. I have sliced up this orc 27 times. How is he not dead yet?
The amount of stuff
is nonsense.
The thing that I think is bothering me most about that is it's almost like a Warriors game because the amount of stuff that you can just run by and just not do. Like I wish. Yeah.
But the story is cool. Kind of interested to see where it goes. So we'll see.
I would love to see a new one.
How you like the Nemesis system?
I would be hyped for a new one.
You can't have a Nemesis system if nothing kills you. If you kill everything, there's no Nemesis.
That's true. They still come back. They come back as long as they're injured. They'll come back and attack you again.
Sir, you know me. I kill everything.
So everyone,
no one survives in my wake.
Sometimes when you chop at them, instead of chopping off their head, they'll chop off their arm so they can come back.
Yeah.
It automatically does it.
Yeah.
I have yet to come across anything that I haven't killed. So there are no Nemesi. Everything is just dead right now. We'll see how much further along I get into it if I come across that. The last thing I played with the kids was Multiverses. It's pretty cool. The kids enjoyed it. It just, I don't know.
My son
it's not quite grabbing me.
About it. He won't stop playing it.
My kids really, really enjoyed it, especially my son. Like he really had a good time with it. I even got my wife to play. So we played that for a while. I don't like the fact that like the characters rotate and you just don't have them all unlocked. And like the way you got to unlock them, you got to earn currency and actually play it. I don't want to do all that. I just want to have all the characters.
Oh yeah, I ain't do none of that nonsense. I just bought the noise. I bought the unlock everybody version. Screw that.
I wasn't doing that. I wasn't giving them money. I'm not giving Warner Brothers no money. You see what they're doing? They don't deserve my money.
Oh, that's
fucking up.
My God.
They are fucking up. But we had a good time. I don't like the way the scoring system is weird. Like there's no way to adjust it. Like I just want, if you kill somebody, that's how you get your points. But then like double up your point. It's just weird. Like the scoring, I didn't care for that too much. The combat is okay. Some characters are just way too OP. But otherwise, it was just good fun to have with the kids. So they really enjoyed it. So, we'll keep playing it because my son he's really got the video game bug. Like he's really just wanting to play. Before I hopped on the podcast, we were playing Mario versus Rabbids because he just really wanted me to play with him.
Nice.
So we played the
Game's so damn
competitive mode or whatnot. That was cool. We lost because, he's 6 and doesn't always make the greatest decisions. So we did not beat the level, and he was very sad about that. Other than that, all in all, a good time. So before we move on to the news, Delvin, if you want to tell us about Stray, you can, but we don't really care.
You have like an imaginary friend?
Not really.
I guess.
Well, Johnny, let's get into the news.
A little different this week. A little different.
Boys literally have zero excuses for not having communication skills, because I've seen y'all play video games together and you describe where you're at like it's life or death.
That's because our teammates actually communicate back. It wouldn't work as well if we said, "Hey Jason, are you pinned down?" And he responded with, "Don't worry about it, it's fine. You should have been over here anyways, but whatever, I'm not." Oh no, that's too real. That's like word for word exactly what women say.
How do you like Donnie's TikTok of the week?
That was way too real.
I might do this occasionally if I've come across stuff that's good, just to mix it up every bit. I won't play them over, so I'll just keep replacing them. I won't do them twice. But yeah, I thought it might be nice.
Kyle, that was called a TikTok.
TikTok of the week. Yeah, so big major news that's floating around everywhere this week are financials. Everybody's dropping financials. Long story short, everybody's down except for EA. EA is up 0.23 billion, driven mostly by live service profits, which is generating the headlines that you think it would. Death of the single player game, long live live service, all that stuff, fear mongering over EA. EA did say that they plan to make more single player games, but they know where their bread is buttered, and they're going to keep doing what makes them money, which I can't argue with. I wish single player games made more money, but I get it. Nintendo, we'll let Shaq go into it further, but just long story short, both software and hardware are down. Same thing over in PlayStation land, where unit sales are down 2%. Software sales are down 26%, which is, I think, is a lot more than people are expecting. Operating profits down 37%. PlayStation said this is because some games are tailing off, as well as not having a whole lot of marquee releases. Speaking of those games that are tailing off, Call of Duty active player bases dipped below 100 million for the first time since 2019, which prompted them to reconfirm that Warzone 2.0 is still scheduled to come out this year. And they did address you guys remember Jason Schreier said that Call of Duty was skipping a release next year. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people said that, yeah, it makes sense. They're being bought out, like all that. They did say that, I don't know if this confirms or denies, but they said that premium paid content was coming next year.
Yep. I remember hearing that or reading
So that doesn't necessarily mean that a full-blown Call of Duty game is coming. Could be a spin-off, could be a remaster, could be an expansion, could be something new. There have been rumors floating around of like a standalone zombies game, which I think sounds awesome. But yeah, so that might be coming.
MPD I love that falling below 100 million for the first time since 2019 is making it seem like that was a long time ago. That was not that long ago.
Yeah. I mean,
what?
I didn't mention this, but also on the PlayStation side, PS5 was confirmed at 21.7 million units. That is compared to PS4 was at 25.4 million units at the same time on the market. So they're lagging behind PS4 just a tad, just a little.
Is that due to people not wanting them, or the fact that they can't?
I don't think it has anything to do with demand. I think it has to do with supply. I think they're having a hard time just generating consoles, which I pointed out a couple weeks ago, but I've seen a lot more PS5s in stock online on the last couple of weeks. So it seems like they're catching up to that at least a little bit. MPD says consumer spending across the entire video game sector is down 13% and had this to say, quote, higher prices in everyday spending categories, the return of experiential spending, and a lighter release slate of new games and continued hardware supply constraints were all likely contributors to the decline seen in the second quarter. So,
Yeah, it makes sense.
inflation, summer vacations, other things to do, people getting back
Yeah,
to
the
work.
world is open again, so people are
Yeah.
going places instead of staying home and buying video games because we can again.
Pretty much. Nobody should take, honestly, too much in this. Video games have been on a boon since COVID.
All right.
It was always going to come back down. I didn't look, but I would warrant to say that these levels are still higher than like 2017 levels. So like, there's no fear mongering. Everybody's doing
Right.
okay. They're making money.
Nothing to worry about here.
Yep. Game Pass front, Ghost Recon Wildlands is out now. You can go play that. Shenzhen IO, Turbo Golf Racing, and 2 Point Campus, as well as Cooking Simulator come to console, whereas Expeditions Rome, Off-World Trading Company, and Citizen Sleeper come to PC. All those games come before August 11th. And then Boyfriend Dungeon, Curse of the Dead Gods, Starmancer, Library of Runa, and Train Sim World are leaving August 15th. No comments. Okay. Today there was a Pokemon Presents. Did you guys watch that?
Nope.
Nope.
I thought it
what's
looked
the
really
Pokemon?
good. Obviously, we have a Shaq show you can listen to all about that, but I really like the Crystal Pokemon. As I retweeted, Crystal Onyx can become canon now, which is awesome. But I think the game looks great. It really looks like just a mashup of everything that Pokemon's been doing for like the last 5 years. It's kind
That's
of
not
like
every Pokemon game.
Hmm?
That's not every Pokemon game.
No. They've been doing some different stuff. Like it's got like some design principles from Sword and Shield, some of the quality of life improvements from Pokemon Let's Go, some of the open world stuff from Arceus, and like they just put it all together in like one game, which looks pretty cool. You can kind of go any way you want. It looks good. It looks better than Arceus. At least the screens that I saw, it looks much better. And yeah, all these crystal Pokemon and stuff. I think it looks cool. I'm definitely more excited today than I was yesterday. Logitech has announced a dedicated cloud gaming handheld in partnership with Tencent. It's expected to launch later this year. I did sign up for updates. And it will support Xbox Cloud Gaming as well as GeForce Now. And Logitech and Tencent are working with both on the new hardware. What do you guys think about that?
Did they mention any specs?
Nope, not yet. I signed up for updates, but no, they haven't mentioned anything about the device.
Just a
doing
dedicated
it.
cloud device, though.
Yeah,
It's
it'll be really
interesting,
good.
but I don't think anybody will care about it.
I will.
I mean, what's different? Well, Logitech is what? What are you? You know what?
It's a
Mute him.
big company, but you don't think about. Do you think about when you think of Logitech? Do you think of cloud gaming?
I think about peripherals in games. So
Peripherals?
gaming,
I mean, they make-
peripherals.
Yeah, they make gaming peripherals. They make. I
So-
mean, that's what this would be. It'd be a peripheral.
Yeah, it's not
really
You're
a
just
console.
attaching to the cloud. It's
Yeah,
So I
just
mean,
a cloud.
I look at it no different than like if Logitech made one of these things that clipped onto your phone. It's really no different
Right.
than this, except that it has a screen. I would rather
Yeah.
have a solid piece of kit for this than clipping stuff to my phone. And I'm hoping
That
that's what
makes
they
sense.
do. And if they have like a really good UI for that, and what if the screen is pretty nice, like, and it has a good Wi-Fi chip? I don't know. I mean, I'm not like really interested in it. I'm not looking to spend hundreds of dollars. I expect that a cloud gaming portable would be cheap. And if it's cheap,
Yeah.
I'm interested. Yeah, I'm kind of interested.
I just don't know how much better it would be than just using my phone.
The news that I didn't hear was I wonder if it has any sort of Android or Play Store or any sort of like local capabilities. I just don't like using my phone. And I know that it's niche. I agree that it's niche, but I think some people just don't want to use their phone.
Yeah,
Like, they
I
don't
get
want to.
that.
They don't want to drain their phone battery to play games on. That's why the Switch and 3DS and portable Vita and stuff. That's why portables are popular. Retro. I mean, if the
Yeah.
Retro Pocket can sell units, why can't this?
But see, that makes sense because those games you can actually just download and play. You don't need an internet connection.
Yeah,
this is
I
going
know.
to be like a cloud system. So like it's useless
You have to
if
have
you don't
internet.
have a hotspot.
That's why I'm wondering if it has some stuff. Maybe it has its own store. Maybe it's not like Google based, but maybe it has its own store of local, smaller games.
Then why call it a cloud gaming system? Like,
because
that's just weird.
that'll be the focus, the marketing focus, that you can play Halo on it.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting this to upset the Switch market or anything like that, but like if you gave me a cloud device that worked well with good controls that I could play on the couch and not be at my TV, yeah, I'm kind of interested.
You had
For the
that.
right price. For the right price. I'm not going to spend $400 on this. Right? So I don't know what they're looking at, right? But
yeah, I feel like it can't
for the
be
right
more than
price,
like 150.
for the right price,
I feel like
I'm
anything
interested.
over 150 is not.
I expect it'll be cheap because they're probably using aftermarket cell phone tech, right? Snapdragon stuff,
It's gotta be.
OLED screens, but that's cheap stuff. Like that's affordable stuff. Like I feel like you could make a pretty capable cloud device with something like that. Build your own OS. That'd be cool.
Logitech has been really trying to get into the gaming space with their Logitech G stuff, so it makes sense. They have a suite of stuff that'll work with it.
I'm assuming the GeForce and Xbox stuff is baked into the OS, and it's not like some weird Steam Deck shit where you got to side load it and all that. Like it better be baked in,
so.
ready to go. Yeah, I don't want it. If it's that, I'm out immediately. But if what they said is true, then it's baked in and right on the dashboard. I can keep going.
We'll let Daniel let us know how good it is.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. You guys remember I had mentioned we got a question, right? Was it Rude Days? I had mentioned that I thought Xbox might try to do a cloud gaming device, and they don't have to. Somebody else is going to do it for them. Right? Yep. This could be kind of like their precursor to test the market. Like, I wonder if people are actually interested in something like this. So
I'm not.
Creed Valhalla's Forgotten Saga. That is the new expansion. That's the roguelite game, the roguelite mode in Assassin's Creed Valhalla is out now.
There's more Valhalla?
More Valhalla.
Jesus!
There's still more to come. I think they have like another story expansion coming.
Good
I
Lord.
like really keep supporting this game. That's good. That's dope. Yeah. I like that they're doing that. They keep it up. Like that's awesome that you bought this game and you still getting content for it years later.
It sold me on Assassin's Creed Infinite. Like I'm sold on Assassin's Creed Infinite now because of Valhalla. Valhalla showed me what live service Assassin's Creed looked like, and I'm here for it. Sounds cool. I'm down.
It works. It seems like it works. Like, hey, I would pay for this. Like, if I was really into Valhalla, like I would pay money for this, like a monthly charge, whatever you want to charge. But I would pay for this. This is kind of dope. Like, hey,
a game that
I like, and if it was something, if they're giving you long story length content every couple months or every month,
I'm interested to see how they try and monetize it. I expect it'll be
monthly.
I expect it to be like Valhalla. Like you'll buy the game, and they'll have paid expansions that come out every so often.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I can't imagine like going the World of Warcraft route and saying, "Give me 15 a month." You just said you'd pay monthly, sir.
They're not going to do that.
But I said that. But I said I would pay monthly if it was giving me full story expansions every month.
Yeah,
but it's not going to be that.
Yeah, they can't do that.
Nobody can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Here you go, Delvin. AEW's Fight Forever pre-orders are now live with placeholder dates dated for December 31st. Now, I think it's important to note that Fightful says this game is coming out in September. Yes. All of the dates today were like, hey, come back on the 12th. We'll have more information to show. Whoops. Xbox already leaked that trailer. So we've already seen what that trailer looks like. And we saw a match playing out between Adam Cole and Britt Baker. Yeah, Britt Baker. And so we got some new screenshots, and we don't have a roster confirmation yet, but we do know a lot of people. Actually, I've got a tweet that they put it all together for me. We do know a lot of people that will be included in the game. The roster is supposedly supposed to be 50 people, so this is about half of that, but I'll just read off a couple of the highlights. Kenny Omega, Jericho, Darby, Jungle Boy, Owen Hart and Sting will be in there, CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, Cody Rhodes, John Moxley, Aubrey Edwards, Thunder Rosa, Jade Cargill, Britt Baker, Adam Page, Statlander. You know, the kind of the folks you'd expect. I'm interested to see what their legends incorporations are. Like, do they get Diamond Dallas Page? Do they have Bret Hart or something like that? That'd be pretty cool. Jake the Snake, yeah.
like that.
AEW?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Jake Snake's in AEW.
Yeah, he's been a
What?
manager.
He's a manager there.
Well, he
He's
was.
been there for
Huh.
like
The
almost
guy that he was managing hasn't been on TV in like a year, but yeah.
he's in New Japan now. But
Hmm.
he's still in AEW, but he's doing work in New Japan wrestling. Lance Archer, yeah.
They did confirm that we'll be able to have single matches, tag matches, 3 and 4-way matches, ladder matches, the Casino Battle Royale, which I think is honestly one of the dumber matches I've ever seen put together. Falls Count Anywhere, an unsanctioned lights out match, which is cool. Exploding barbed wire death matches, which is awesome.
Yes.
You get co-op
Did you
multiplayer, and then the
Here we
weirdest
go.
thing that the trailer showed, they have mini games, like Mario Party mini games. Like you get to play baseball, have little puzzle games and stuff.
Baseball with a barbed wire bat.
Yeah, like home run derby.
Also, did you see it's 1 to 30 player online
That's cool. That'll help that battle royale
because
format.
it's for the Casino Battle Royale. So apparently you can go in and play with 30 people in the Casino Battle Royale. So that's a whole other
Dev,
thing.
do you know what
added
the
to it.
Casino Battle Royale is?
It sounds like the Royal Rumble, but
It
the hell
is,
if I know.
but what
But
happens
worse.
is it's based on
Worse?
Yes.
it's that it's Royal Rumble, but what they do is they flash a suite of cards, so like clubs, spades, or something, and instead of one person coming out, like 4 people come out, like at
Yeah.
once. That's the
Everybody
difference.
who's in that suite.
Everybody's
comes
in
out.
that suite, and you don't know who's in that. I think my biggest flaw in this is that nobody knows who's in the suite before we go in. They should tell you who's in the
Yeah.
suite, so when they flash it, you can anticipate who's coming. But it's just a
the problem is
surprise.
they all come in
Surprise!
at one time.
Yeah, but because they
They all
don't
come
have like their own entrances, like the Royal Rumble, like half the time you barely know who it is until they get in the ring. It really doesn't
And
make
that's the
sense.
problem.
It's kind of disorganized and chaotic, but
The only person you know is the Joker who comes at the end.
yeah, they have a
That's the only
Joker,
one who
which
gets
is-
their own entrance.
that's the spot. So
But yeah,
I'm interested. The game doesn't look great. I don't have a ton of faith in Ukes, but I mean, I'm gonna buy it regardless. Don't get me wrong. I'm expecting it to have some issues, but because the game doesn't look like super, I'm kind of wondering if it runs really well on Switch. Like that'll be the thing that's what I'll be interested in first. Is if it does it run well on Switch? Because if it is, I'd kind of like to have a wrestling game on Switch. But if it
You're
doesn't,
kidding
then
yourself.
I'll get it on Xbox.
I don't mean that.
Oh, I
I
definitely
know-
mean that.
before this game was shown, Kenny Omega did an interview about it. He said to set your expectations
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot
he's been-
lower than what you think of like the 2K games, because this is not that. This is more of a arcade sim fun type game. Think of like the old No Mercy and stuff like that. Just an improved model of that. So
We'll see.
as
We'll
long
see
as
if it's an improved
it
model of
fits
that.
those expectations, I'm fine with it. Like I'm not going in with high expectations for it. I just want a fun wrestling game. I think that's what this is going to be.
Yeah, and I would like to have a fun wrestling game on Switch if possible, but we'll see. The last game
Might
you
check it out
made,
for my son.
we'll see. Evo begins tomorrow. PlayStation announced Evo Lounge, which will be a live stream that they run during the show. I don't really know what to expect on the PlayStation front, besides probably a lot of Street Fighter news. But Ed Boon did come out and say, just to set expectations, don't expect any Mortal Kombat news at Evo this week. He said, quote, it's time for Street Fighter. Let's enjoy that. You guys excited for Evo?
No,
I like Evo, but I don't really pay attention to it around this time because
I've never watched Evo, so
I've watched.
I know it
a couple of them.
exists, but it's not something.
I think
that
I watched a little
have
bit of
any
it.
Stock in.
Like with Smash, maybe, but outside of that, no. And I don't watch it regularly, so I get nothing else either. It'd be cool if we get to hear or see some cool stuff about Street Fighter. You know, if they show more characters, whatever. Like
I'm sure they'll show
I'll
more
see it on
Street Fighter
Twitter.
6. Yeah, that's all I'm here for. Show me some more Street Fighter 6, and that's all I care about.
Yep. Buy or sell. There are rumors floating around the internet that there is a version 3 Elite controller coming perhaps soon. The leak of the report said that it's being coupled with a first party release, which many have pointed to being possibly Forza Motorsport. In the same rumor, he said he can confirm that a new peripheral will be released for Forza in 2023. Doesn't know what it is, but soon to be a steering wheel. Could be licensed or a tie-in with a third-party company. the latter would make more sense to me than Xbox doing their own. But Xbox did their own headphones, so who knows? Maybe they want to do a wheel, but I could see them partnering, with TMX or Logitech or somebody and doing a branded wheel for Forza Motorsport, like they did. There's like Ferrari versions, I think, of the Thrustmaster wheels.
I've
and stuff
seen
like
those.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so maybe they do something like that with a car or something. But buy or sell a version 3 Elite controller coming.
I'm selling that shit. The V3 is dead. It's never coming.
Wow. Yeah, I'll be the opposite then. I'll buy. I definitely think they're gonna. I think they're going to
I'm gonna
incorporate
buy.
a lot of the PlayStation 5 stuff into a new controller.
Never coming.
Yeah,
I think it's coming.
Phil's
It makes
definitely
sense.
said that he really likes the DualSense and he wants to do some of that. My whole thing, it's always been a matter of, do they work that into a regular controller or do they save those enhancements for an Elite? I think you save them for the Elite because I don't think everybody wants all that, nor do I think everybody wants to pay. But I think if you put that stuff into an Elite, that gives people that already have an Elite another reason to buy a new Elite. So I think you save it.
Would
for
you
the
pay
Elite.
for it?
Personally, that's my
Other than
guess.
the fact that the Elites constantly break. So you need to buy a new one?
Perhaps. None of mine have ever broken.
Mine, the left
But I do know
trigger
that they
doesn't
definitely
work very
do.
well.
They
Yeah.
do. I mean, that's definitely a thing. But Microsoft's really good with they extended their warranty stuff, and I've had issues with Xbox controllers. The new Series controllers mostly. I've had an issue with 2 of them. They've given me new controllers. No questions asked both times.
To see if I still have a warranty for my Elite because
I didn't even have
the
to set
left
anything in.
Bumper.
I literally just
doesn't work.
contacted them. They're like, "Here, we'll have a new controller out next week." So
Well, that's because you're Xbox Donnie.
no, that's just how they do things. Another buy or sell. Google Stadia has been reportedly rumored to be shutting down soon, though Google came out in response and said that's not the case. Buy or sell. Google Stadia.
Shut it down.
So they
I'm
shut
buying
down.
that it's
It's
going
over.
bye-bye. It's over. It's done.
Give it up. Give it up, son. It's done. It's a wrap.
I killed Stadia years ago. All right.
That's
It's
true.
dead. It's dead.
I wonder if they would work out a deal to transfer your licenses to Steam or something. Because if they
Why?
can't, I honestly, I think Stadia just might be a thing that Google just lets sit there, and they don't kill it, but it just never goes away. And maybe it stops getting games and stuff, but it's always there if you want it. It's not costing them anything to run. They already have data
Exactly.
centers, so it's like it's not, it
Google
does
doesn't
it has a
care.
cost, but it's a marginal cost. Google doesn't give a shit about that.
They don't
So-
care.
They don't care. Mm.
They're like, we thought we'd try this. It didn't work the way we wanted to. We don't care.
But if we hear further on that, that would mean that their grand plan to kind of outsource it to partners to let them create their own cloud gaming services, that must mean that's not going very well. Because weren't they going to work with Bungie and stuff, have their own Bungie plays? And there was a few things like that they were mentioning. They were going to power cloud-based Uplay and all that stuff. That's what they were trying to do with it.
I thought that was just something Ubisoft was doing.
They were trying to sell their tech to power that stuff, but let other people brand it. So you could just let these publishers kind of have their own Stadia pages, but with their own logos and stuff on it.
Ain't nobody trying to attach themselves to Stadia. Nobody wants that.
Yep. And then we've got more Rude Days 93 odds makers. So odds PlayStation has an exclusive Star Wars game released by 2025.
That's 35%. Maybe.
When's the last time we had an
Maybe.
exclusive Star Wars game?
Huh.
I don't know if we ever have had an
I
exclusive
don't
Star
think
Wars
never.
game.
I don't
Were
think
any of the
Unless-
Battlefronts exclusive?
Nah,
Even
I
timed?
think you'd have to
No.
go all the way back to Super Star Wars, on
Oh,
the
wow.
SNES, because it didn't come to Genesis. It was only on Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's the
That-
Super in
that-
front of
that-
everything.
Yeah, that's it.
So the only way it would be exclusive is if Sony is developing it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody that we
paying for
is
it?
there anybody that we don't know doing something?
I'm sure there
I don't
is.
think so.
Yeah, I don't think Sony Bend is working on Star Wars
That's-
title.
I highly doubt it.
And I don't think they're not gonna work with Quantic Dream, right? Aren't they doing a Star Wars game?
Mm-hmm.
I think they were supposed to be doing a Quantic Dream
Yeah, but
game. So
Quantic Dream
don't
is
think-
doing,
I don't think
but I don't
Sony
think
will
it'll
do
be
it.
exclusive.
I don't think PlayStation wants to. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think they want to do that. So I'm going to say 10%.
Yeah.
I'll crack the door open, but not very much.
Yeah.
I'll go 35.
Well,
That's what I said. I said 30, 35%. Maybe. I could see it happening. I could see them buying the rights to something and saying it's going to be exclusive to PlayStation and PC for 2 years or some nonsense. But I think it's slim chance that is actually a thing.
John
They ain't
32
buying
says, what if they
Ubisoft.
buy Ubisoft?
They ain't buying Ubisoft. They might buy Square, but they ain't buying Ubisoft.
Then I'll
Yep.
rate it to 36%.
Shit, if they buy Ubisoft, I might like lower it.
Well, Ubisoft's making a Star Wars game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Odds that Multiverse has staying power and doesn't fade away like so many free-to-play games tend to do.
It's
I'm going
50-50.
to say 60%.
I'm actually with you, Dev. You took my answer. That's what I was going to say, 50-50.
I'm going 50-50. The problem is it's Warner Brothers. Like the game
Yeah,
is
they're
good.
fucking
People
up. I mean,
enjoy
it's fair
it,
to point out.
and people are really playing it. But then on the other hand, it's Warner Brothers, and they can't stop like getting in their own
Fucking
way.
up.
Yeah, so it's 50-50. It can go either way, man.
I'll just say
It's
it
tough
depends
call.
on the support model. Like they've brought a lot of characters here, but like if they don't keep that train going, then you tend to lose people over time. So how do they? What's that? Enticement that they use to bring people back? And will people be there for it? We already have game that has, characters showing up every other month and stuff like that. So if you go down that path, obviously they're completely different, but I think there'll be comparisons. You'll be compared against Fortnite. Is that something you even want to do? Can they venture outside of their own wheelhouse? Can they get other characters to come in, or is it, are they just using their own stuff? Do they want to pay for that?
Enough characters.
Yeah,
just use
that's
their
what I was
own
going to
stuff.
say. From
They
what I
have plenty
read
of
about the
characters.
game,
To stop it from fading
from what
off
Sean
long
showed
haul?
me-
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
I don't think so. I mean, even
Warner
Smash
Brothers
fell
has
off.
a lot
and
of stuff.
Smash is
they have
3 times.
Cartoon Network. That alone is
Yeah.
enough.
I understand what you're saying because I know that you like that stuff, but I don't think that's gonna like pop ratings.
I think this is just him being biased against Jack really loving the game.
Maybe.
No, I'm just saying it's a lot of stuff. They have like Cartoon Network. They have the HBO stuff. They have DC. It's a lot of stuff they can pull from.
Well,
And
who are
and
you
from what I
pulling
read,
from?
they are
Who are
pulling
you
from a lot of
pulling
stuff.
from HBO? Like Game of Thrones? Tell me
Yeah.
what.
They got
Arya
they
Stark
already
is
got
in
Game
it.
of Thrones.
Arya's in it. Yeah.
She's in the game. Yeah.
Okay.
They have enough characters to where if they actually support it and just keep bringing out characters and balance patches and stuff, that
Who from Cartoon
They
Network
can
are
support
you clamoring to be in the game, Delvin?
Craig of the Creek.
That's what the character they were talking about.
My point stands. Then I'll rest my case.
I was gonna say that probably Teen Titans Go. I would assume it's so many Cartoon Network shows. Ed,
Kitty, like it's oh my god, there's so much stuff that they can pull.
So much the Lego Movie cast. There's so much people they can just add in the game that people would just
Samurai
go
Jack.
for. A lot. Then you add in the Adult Swim stuff.
Here come the masses, millions of players for Samurai Jack.
Yeah,
People like Samurai Jack.
people
I'm not
really
saying
like
that they
Samurai
don't, and I'm
Jack.
not trying to dismiss it, but I definitely
I
feel
get
like
what
you
you're saying,
guys are
Johnny.
really overplaying this year.
But you say millions of players. I mean, people are playing a game. I think if you keep
Just
releasing
launch.
characters,
The question has nothing to do
right?
with launch.
It's still in beta.
We're talking next year, 2 years from now. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
They can have a steady line of content of characters coming out.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff they have to pull from.
Okay.
And it's free to play.
Even more so than Nickelodeon. Like this has a way better shot than Nickelodeon.
I don't think you could. I
By
mean, what are you
far.
gonna have?
Man, it's so much better than that Nickelodeon game too. God,
I also
Nick
worry about
game's
like
terrible.
the difference between Fortnite is Fortnite doesn't necessarily have to balance things. They can just skin away. Like a fighting
true.
game has to be balanced. So you can't just go. You can't just have 1,000. I mean, you could have 1,000 characters all just play the same way, but I don't think that's is that the plan.
that's why I said if they actually support it with balanced patches, release enough characters, have tournaments, it definitely has the ability to have staying power over a year or 2 or 3.
Okay. Well, I think it's 50-50. That was mine. And I think, Dab,
I'm-
you said
I'm the same
50-50.
way. 50-50.
Delvin's a
I said
little
60.
positive. It's not that I'm not against Jack liking. I'm happy that he's found it. I wish Jack wasn't so swayed by marketing. He really, really is, man. He catches the right YouTube trailer, the right friend that said something, and he just dives all in. So it's not that it's bad.
That's kinda
or wrong.
kid.
I just kind of
He-
wish.
he-
I just wish he like
He's your name.
I kind of wish he
he is-
followed like his own path as opposed to
He
that.
eats the hype.
No, he doesn't. But it's just like the things that hit with him. It's just
Isn't
Very-
that what marketing is? It's just
Yeah.
hype, and he
he's
eats
very
it. And,
influential.
But that's
Very
kind of what kids
influential.
do.
Yeah,
yeah,
you're not wrong. Like I said, I
Kids-
just wish that he was a little more individual. He's never like he. It's funny because he loved Smash for so long, years. It was his favorite game, and then for years he hated Smash. He talked so much shit about it. Became a Halo player and everything. And then this game comes out, and he's like, "Dad, you want to play?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to play." What happened to you hating Smash? And he's like, "I still hate Smash." I'm like, "This is Smash." He's like, "No, it's different." I'm like, "No, but it is.
New
But it
Smash.
is, right? But
Smash
it's
for
new
the paint
Smash.
job.
It's like
okay.
it's like new Coke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not the new Coke guy. As you can't tell, I'm not the new Coke guy. I wasn't like, oh shit, new Coke. Oh, I gotta get this. I was the guy in the supermarket, like, what the fuck? What is this?
Where's the regular
I don't like
Coke?
change.
No Coca-Cola. You're not getting me with this bullshit. Odds that Sony is right. This has been a news story this week. I
Zero.
purposely didn't put it in our pod in the show notes because I didn't really want to talk about it. Odds that Sony is right and that game quality will suffer when released on a Game Pass-like service. So for anybody that doesn't know, people have been diving into the findings and the reporting, like the rebuttals for the Xbox acquisition of Activision. That's a damn the Xbox acquisition of Activision. Jesus, Lord of mercy. And so there were rebuttals, and Sony has quite a few. They were like, Call of Duty will influence where people choose to buy consoles. Like, yeah, I think that's kind of the point of buying them.
Duh.
And
That's
then-
why you partnered with them last gen.
Yeah, and they were saying things like, just basically how influential Call of Duty was and how important it was, and like something like that shouldn't reside. I think Xbox filed a counterclaim talking about all the powerful exclusives that Sony has and how they buy exclusivity on Final Fantasy, and there's just all this like kind of formal legal console warring going on between these companies, which is absurd, to be honest with you. So I didn't put it in here, but this is interesting because Sony doubled down kind of in their findings, and they think that games delivered on a service subscription somehow lowers game quality. So this is an interesting tangent. What are the odds of that?
Zero.
Oh wow,
Negative
I didn't
zero.
expect all three.
Negative
of us to
zero
be on the
doesn't
same.
exist.
Yeah.
Fuck
I mean,
Negative.
my counter to this would be, did releasing a full retail not service, for Balan Wonderworld or Days Gone or Cyberpunk, did it necessarily help those games? I don't think
A bad game is a bad game, whether
I don't
it's
think
on a service or not.
I don't think the retail method really affects the quality of the game. Now, I think you could try to draw parallels to like maybe the movie or music industry, but I think even in movies, there's still a lot of quality content being made for streaming services. So I don't think that one works as well. And music, I think, does work well, but music's music. Nobody bought $70, digital CDs on iTunes or anything like that. I think that is a true apples and oranges type of thing. Those aren't very together.
I
think maybe
honestly
the
think
point
it's because
is
Sony has a vested interest.
that if like Game
Like
Pass
they're not.
doesn't make enough money, that maybe they would lower, the investment. But I don't think that argument works because Microsoft's Microsoft. They just spent $70 billion on Activision. Like, that doesn't work. I don't think Xbox's first party quality issue has been a matter of investment.
No.
It's never been a matter of investment. Like Halo Infinite wasn't average because Xbox didn't invest enough money into 343. That wasn't the issue.
Has nothing to do with it launching on Game Pass.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with it launching
It's
on Game
stupid.
Pass.
It's
That's
a
just
stupid argument.
It's the talent of the development. The talent of the developer.
argument that they're
That's
going to
what
make
it's about.
because they are selling games at $70 a pop. That's why they're making that argument.
Yeah,
they
of
know
course.
the game.
Of course.
That's the only that's the only leg they have to stand on, and it's a terrible
I
leg to
guess.
stand on.
Is that
It's
why
ridiculous.
Stray was so meh? Because it was releasing the PS Plus Essential? Is that or
Yeah.
whatever it was? It was just meh.
We should have paid $60 for it. Then it would have been a lot better.
Yeah,
No, my
you think
bad,
it's-
$70.
Yeah, it's a weird stance to take, but yeah. So all three of us, 0.
Yep.
0.
So that's it on odds makers, and I'll close this chapter of the podcast. On to questions.
All right, let's get into the questions, ladies and gentlemen. Drew wants to know, he said, I know you guys generally don't play free-to-play games, but as someone who doesn't spend half as much money on games as you three do, I love how many games I get to play just for free with my Xbox and my Switch. So why don't you guys play free-to-play games? And do you think the future of free-to-play what do you think the future of free-to-play means for gaming?
It's a good question, Drew. Is it Drew? Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, I don't play free-to-play games because most of them are just like the battle royale type stuff where I'm just not interested in that type of gameplay. Like, I want to play third-person action adventure story-based games. Those typically don't come to the free-to-play market. So it has nothing to do with the game being free-to-play. For me, it's all about is if it's not a game that I have a vested interest in playing, I'm not going to play it. If Uncharted was free to play, I'd play it. If Tomb Raider was free to play, I'd play it because those are the type of games that I'm into. So
If
it doesn't
Uncharted
have
was
anything
free
to do
to
with it
play,
being free to play.
like, would you have to buy like every chapter or something like that?
Oh god, that would piss
Or
me
if you-
off.
you
That
have
wouldn't
to
make-
buy,
that
like-
wouldn't be free to play.
Would you have to buy
have to
magazines
buy the
if you ran
guns.
out of bullets?
You'd have
That's
to buy
just-
guns,
Yeah.
or you have to go through the whole game fighting with your fist.
Well, I mean, you use the same gun over and over in Uncharted, so I don't think that would
Oh my
matter.
god. I mean, your answer basically more or less echoes mine. I don't have anything against free to play model per se. I just don't think it. I don't think the type of games that work for free to play content is for me. But I also don't like the idea of evergreen, everlasting games. I'm here for content. I like content that I can churn through and finish. And if you want to give me expansions I can churn through and finish, I'm okay with that. But I'm just not like into this. Here's this endless loop of a game that you can play indefinitely. Because I think
I'm the
eventually
same.
I grow tired of that sort of thing. I think faster than most, and I'm just not really.
Mhm.
That's just not a very compelling offer to me. I'm just not very interested in that. It's like, hey, don't you like shooters? Don't you just want to play this? It's the same reason I don't play multiplayer. I play multiplayer
Yeah.
for a little bit, but eventually I just get tired of the loop. I need
100%.
that. I need that motivation to keep going.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I need a story-based game. I need something that has a beginning, middle, and end. Something that I can enjoy. I don't want to play something that I have to keep playing every day because I frankly don't have time to play something every day. And a lot of those free-to-play games, you have to get good at it and constantly play it. And I frankly don't have time to do that. I can't sit there every day and play the same Fortnite match over and over again until I get good at it.
Yeah, no, thank
That
you.
doesn't interest me. I get why people like it, but it's just not for me.
I do think it's cool that we do have a big offering of games that you can just play for free these days. That's not something that
Yeah.
we've always had. Like, you just buy a console and plug it in and just play some stuff.
Yeah.
I think
It's
free to
kinda
play is
replaced the demo
definitely
disc.
good for the industry. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Cool. Moving on. Rob wants to know, with PlayStation readying PSVR 2 and Oculus building the metaverse and all new ways to play video games like Valve Index and Steam Deck, do you think Xbox need to do something out of the box like a VR headset, AR headset, or maybe even bring back an improved version of the Kinect? No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not even a little bit.
Nope. You see how
For
much
what?
money? You see how much money Meta's losing on VR?
So much that they have
lot.
to up the price of that stupid thing.
I think it makes a lot more sense to let PlayStation and Oculus prove that market is sustainable before you even enter. That makes a lot more
Yeah.
sense to me. But no, I really like that Xbox is because they have their own innovative product. It's Game Pass, and I know people just hate hearing that, but I mean that's their innovation. They're innovating the way you buy and consume video games. So I like that they're focused on games and just games. It's such a 180 from where they were a generation ago, and I'd like them to just stay in that space. I think it's a really good space for them to be in. Like, also their big innovative product is cloud. Like, they're really, I know it doesn't seem like it because it's kind of like this add-on thing. I didn't mention it earlier in the news feed, but I should have. In the cloud-based console, Xbox did do a cloud gaming update, and they said that their cloud-based like activity is up 1,800%. Now that might be 1,800% up from 10 people playing, or who knows? I don't know. I assume it's a lot, but I think that's their other thing, is that they're trying to bring games to people via different avenues. In addition to Game Pass, they said that they want to make your entire Xbox library available via the cloud, which I think is that would be a big move forward. I think if you could just, because right now you can only play stuff you're playing on Game Pass. Like, what if you could play back compat stuff on the cloud, or sports games on the cloud that just aren't available everywhere? Licensed stuff. I think
of Azure.
Yeah, I think licensed stuff and sports stuff I think make a lot more sense, because those are sorts of things that are like blue ocean stuff that appeal to the masses, that there are no alternatives. Like if you're on mobile, you're playing like Madden Mobile, which I don't know if you guys ever looked into. It's not great. I would much rather stream Madden than play Madden Mobile. So I think that's kind of where their innovative money is going.
Yeah. Let Microsoft make the cloud with all their Azure, and make everybody make that their backbone of their cloud and streaming services, and you other yahoos can deal with the VR and all that nonsense. Like, Microsoft is playing a different game, kids.
Yeah, I think the VR just convolutes their message alone. Like, hey, you're here to get Game Pass. Buy our console so you can have Game Pass and play Game Pass wherever you need to play it at. When you start adding the VR stuff in there and all that, then you got to pay another X amount of dollars for VR and go through all that. No, you got to sell the VR. It's too much. No.
Yeah, even on PC, it doesn't make sense because there's Steam, and you can't compete with Steam. I think I think at best, if they just allowed you to use your VR headset, like with your Xbox, like if you just plug it in, like if you had a Quest, you could plug it into Xbox. If somebody wanted to put their game on the Xbox store, I don't see a problem with it. But Xbox actually developing their own games and making their own hardware, that's too much. That's too much.
It's a PC. Why should we develop? Let you develop it, and we'll just let you get an SDK.
Right, like
so
if Beat Saber wants to put Beat Saber on Xbox, and you can plug in with your Quest and play, like, I don't have a problem with that.
Just port that. PC. Support it from Windows.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
Plug it in USB. Let's go.
Exactly, but I don't want one single Xbox studio making a VR game. That's the thing that troubles me most, actually, about PlayStation VR, is I can't imagine, even two developers making VR games. It's like, don't we all want all of that stuff to be on PS5? To make PS5 games?
Would think so.
I just, I feel like it ends up stretching, like you said, it stretches everything too thin. Like, I bought the PS5 to play PS5 games, not for VR.
Yep.
So, nah, Doc. Next up from Jacob, he says, do you think Xbox can make Crash Bandicoot exclusive after the Activision takeover?
Yes, they can.
They could.
They own it.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Why?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to you, because you're losing money if you do that. That's stupid.
Why depreciate Crash Bandicoot? Why do that?
Yeah. Put them on Game Pass and charge everywhere else for them.
I think you make more sense. I think you just sell them to PlayStation. Like, hey, do you want Crash Bandicoot? We can make a trade. Just do that instead.
Make a trade.
Or just some cash. Here's some cash. And Crash Bandicoot. Give it to the Little Big Planet people. Guys, you guys know me. I have no love lost for anything that's not Crash Team Racing. I could care less about Crash Bandicoot. I do like Crash Team Racing, though. I would love another Crash Team Racing, but I don't think we're going to get one. So
Crash can go fall off a cliff. I don't care about Crash in any way, shape, or form.
Well, he does. That's how the game works. You run,
there you go.
You jump, fall off the cliff. That's literally Crash.
Trash ass game.
I didn't say it. Next week on PSXP, Donnie's Crash Bandicoot is trash. Although I probably have said that in the past.
You definitely have said that, but I echo you in that.
I really
It's
don't like
trash.
Crash. Everybody kept trying to
Me
put Crash in
either.
Smash, and I'm just like, F that
No,
noise.
why?
Free the Bandicoot. That was
People
thing.
love the
No.
Bandicoot, man. I've never gotten it.
Why? I didn't even like him when he was the mascot back
Because he
in the
was
day. I'm like, this
PlayStation
is
mascot.
trash.
I'm with you.
Ugh.
I'm with you. I didn't like it then.
You know what? His name from now on PSVG, it's Trash Bandicoot. All right,
Trash Bandicoot.
that is his new name.
I never cared about Crash enough to be like, oh, free the Bandicoot. I don't care.
Now they can farm
Fuck
him
it.
out to multiverses. There you go. That's where he belongs.
Ugh.
Over
We
there
already
with
have
Ron
Taz. We don't
James
need
and
trash.
Samurai Jack
Yeah,
and
we
We have
Dexter.
Taz. We don't
we have
need
the
trash.
Tasman-
Taz.
And Taz is OP.
Foghorn
Apparently, people are real
Leghorn.
mad about Taz.
Yeah,
Oh man, Foghorn Leghorn. I'd be down to play with him. That's cool. Let's go. The little
That's
chicken hawk
racist.
too. Let's go.
No, Chicken Hawk might actually appeal to me. It's pretty good.
You want to play? You want to play as Daffy and Plucky too?
Maybe. I do like my Daffy Duck.
Oh man, they can get Ducktales. Let's get them all. Darkwing. Let's
Yeah.
fucking go. Oh wait, no, Darkwing is Disney.
You guys all yelled at me because I chose Daffy over the other ducks. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. Daffy's cool. He's the original Step and Fetch It, but that's cool. You know, it's whatever.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm not
Dean
gonna comment on
Calkins wants to know
Not at
what's
all.
a reasonable price today to pay for an NES, assuming it comes with all the hookups and 2 controllers.
that. $6 million.
You're smoking crack. I feel like anywhere between, like, I think the max you pay for an NES is $100. I'm not paying anything more than that for
I was gonna
NES.
say that,
Even like,
$100.
that's high.
they're going for about $150 commonly on eBay. But
Yeah,
you
no, I'm not
can
paying that.
get them as low as $60.
Man, I'm gonna go to
I
the
just don't know.
Goodwill online and find one for $20.
I just don't know why you would.
I was gonna say, Dean, go to a flea market and find an NES. You'll probably get it for like $10, $15.
But why? See, here's the thing. Why? What's the point of this exercise?
People,
Why not
just get
it-
people.
Why not just get an
Nostalgia.
NES Mini
Because it's the nostalgia of
good point.
having the actual NES. That's
and
all
the
that is.
cartridge? But like, isn't
Yeah.
that what the NES Mini is
gonna-
giving you the nostalgia of having the console? And the
I
controller?
can't blow in it and do the little thing where I got to make it click
Whoa.
down and stuff. I don't have all that fun, you know.
Wow.
Plus,
That's
it's
not
just
fun.
it's like it's collector's
You want to
thing.
pay
Like, you have
extra
people-
for that?
I don't, but
Not
I understand those
convenience
who do.
or having
I'm not gonna
save
lie.
states or being able to mod or anything. You want to pay extra money so you can blow in a cartridge. You got to buy separately.
Some people
That
do.
may not work.
They want to collect
At
all
an
that,
exorbitant
and it
price.
may
no
not
way.
work. hmm
It may
That
not
doesn't
work.
make-
May not
It
work.
legit
That doesn't
may
make
not
any
work.
sense to me. That makes no sense to me.
Not gonna lie.
You're
You might
you're
be
all
better
about
off just buying an
convenience.
NES Mini.
But you
Yeah.
gonna
You
go
gonna
buy a
spend 30
360.
I didn't buy it.
30, 45 minutes blowing in
Now
a
you
I
cartridge.
just want to. Here's the thing, though.
So do these people. They just want
here's the
to
thing.
buy an NES.
I actually think I have another one. I think it's in the depths of my closet behind my sauna, and I just don't want to go digging for it. But I think there's another one in there.
Look, make Jack do it.
For anybody that doesn't know, my 360 blew up when I was playing Lollipop Chainsaw, and I really want to play NCAA football. Like, 'tis the season. I'm really jonesing. Like, I'm itching to play Madden coming up, and I really wish we had the NCAA football game out now. But the thing that's held me back from going actually and digging it out and trying to hook it back up is just remembering what a hassle it is getting into the game on 360. Got to get into 360, got to log in through, like all that stuff that you had to do before feels like it
Really?
takes an enormous amount of time now. It takes forever to get through all those hoops just to actually play, you know? So that's why I've been playing ROMs on my Chromebook instead. I just wish the game was out now instead of next year. I really hope it doesn't get delayed. I need a
I
new
hope it
college
comes
football
out as
game.
a live service game where you have to pay for every college you want to play as.
That'd be fine. I'd only buy a couple. I'd probably come out ahead in that game.
Yeah, you can only
I only play
against
as a
the teams you buy
handful.
as well.
So I mean, obviously, I'm an Ohio State fan, but I also like Nebraska and Oregon. Those are kind of my 3 college teams that I root for. And then what I usually do is I usually pick, either my alma mater, Mercer University, or like a lowly ranked FBS school like University of Ohio or Akron or something.
Mm-hmm.
I usually take them to the championship, and I just keep doing that until Ohio State offers
Oh.
me the job. That's basically all I've ever done.
That's not coming. It's just going to be online only. You buy the teams you want to play with, you can only play online.
Why would you do that to me?
Just
why do you actively root for my demise?
Because college football just is the worst.
It's not the worst. I love college football. So,
oh man. So yeah, don't buy an NES. I guess just go find an NES
Buy
Mini.
NES Mini.
NES Mini. That's where it's at. Or be better, get a Super Nintendo Mini and just put the NES games on that.
There's also that.
That's better.
It's the same process, and you can just have both. Why
But,
not both?
There's people who can't figure out all that. They just want to buy the game and put it
Or
in.
get that
They don't want to have
stupid
to
NES
go through.
controller for your Switch and play NES Online or whatever.
Look, if I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out.
I have no nostalgia for the NES.
Did you figure it out?
all.
Yes. I have a bunch of
You know what?
games
I
on
take
both
that
of them. I have
back.
both of them.
Except for Super Tecmo Bowl. It's the
I
only
knew you
game
was
that I'd be
gonna say
nostalgic
Tecmo
for.
Bowl.
No.
knew it.
Not Tecmo Bowl.
I know Super
Super
Tecmo
Super
Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl.
I knew it was going to be a Tecmo Bowl.
That's the one that had all the
if you had
cutscenes and everything. That game was legit. So good. So damn
And I
good.
think they have a ROM with an updated roster and everything on there, if I remember correctly. Didn't you
There
point
are
that out to me,
people-
Donnie?
I'm sorry?
The
You said
updated
there's an
roster on Super
updated
Tecmo Bowl?
roster.
Oh, yeah. There's a whole
There are
Tecmo
people. There's a
community.
It's a whole community
Yeah,
who
there's a
constantly
leagues and
update the
everything.
game and play it. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
just like NHL '94. NHL '94 has the same thing.
Yep.
They have like a whole community of people that keep playing it.
Those Super Tecmo Bowl, like, man, I just
Bo
remember.
Jackson, man.
Yes, and like Joe Montana and stuff, like
God,
Jerry
just
Rice.
cheating.
Oh, it's so good. It's a shame that was never. It's a shame that game, that specific game, has never been re-released like on the eShop. It is.
Yeah.
That is just a shame that we
criminal.
can't pay $20 for Super Tecmo Bowl. They'll give us Tecmo Bowl every day of the week. But
First
we
of
can't
all,
get Super Tecmo Bowl.
it wouldn't be 20. They charge us like 40 because it's Nintendo.
I still might buy it.
There's no might.
That's the problem. Yeah, I probably would. I definitely would.
There's no might.
Should be on
All right.
3DS.
Changing gears, Kyle the Pug says, baseball question. Since Vince Scully has passed away at the age of 94,
yeah.
rest in peace. He says, what is your favorite Vince Scully moment? His favorite moment was when Kirk Gibson, the Kirk Gibson walk-off home run in '88. Rip to the king and godfather of Major League Baseball. First of all, how old are you, Kyle? Because I was 7 when that happened. And I feel like you're not as old as me. So
We just saw the
were you old
replay.
enough?
There's nothing wrong with that.
That was just so weird. I was like, wait a minute, that's your favorite? Like, you don't have one that's like recent that you actually watched?
I have answers.
I have 0. I have nothing.
none. I'm not a baseball guy.
Okay. I think the answer, I've got 2 answers. I've got the answer and then I've got my answer. I think the answer is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is always just my memory served, I believe Vin Scully called Hank Aaron's homer to break the record. It's against the Dodgers.
Oh.
And I only know that
I know
because
that one.
the Braves here in Atlanta. Yeah, a lot of people know that. Like, that one's embedded in my mind. I think that was him. I think it was against the Dodgers. So I think that's the answer. The actual answer, though, Donnie's actual answer is, if anybody doesn't know, Vince Scully used to call golf. And there is a great clip of him calling golf at, I think it was at Harbor Town or something. You could probably find it. I'm sure it's floating around on YouTube or Twitter or something. He calls golf of this guy, this golfer who's stuck in this bunker. And it's like a legit bunker. It has a ladder to get in and out of, like a legit bunker. And it is the most poetic golf, like 20 seconds of golf, where this guy swings like 8 times and cannot get out of this bunker. And all you hear is Vince Scully. He's just like, first it was, what does he say? It was, I can't remember now. It's like, he's just like, he looks around, can't go up, can't go left. Oh, look, I think he's going to try to hit off the ladder. Well, that didn't work. That's just, he's like signs of desperation, sweating, melting off this man. Like, it just keeps going. And he lines up at one point. The thing that I do remember, at one point, he lines up to hit the ball again. And he goes, and here we go again, into the breach for another go. And he swings and misses again. And he's just like, get out of here one day. And it is like just such like the golf, like moment. It just epitomizes what golf is like. It's really, really funny.
Donnie called it. I felt the video. It's
Yeah.
in the private chat. Yeah.
Post it in the actual chat for the.
Put it in Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Discord
just
for the
funny as
people.
hell. That's been a viral golf clip for years, because it's just very funny. And honestly, it's very funny because they don't make bunkers like that anymore, especially in America. Like legit has a ladder. There's just a ladder on the side of the wall. You have to climb down
just a
into
hole.
it. Yeah, like it's basically just a deep
Just a
hole.
straight up hole. Like somebody just dug a hole in the middle of the
We should make bunkers
golf
like
course.
that again. Actually make courses, actually make it, the wedges and the balls today are too easy to get out of bunkers. And bunkers like that actually make it a challenge. So it's funny as hell. It's very entertaining.
Yeah. I got nothing. Delvin, nothing.
Nothing. Not a big baseball guy.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't know Vince Scully. I probably do. Like I said, Hank Aaron.
You probably do if you hear the voice.
You'd know him if you heard his voice.
Yeah,
Like I
he's
know
done
his voice, but
1,000 things over besides baseball. Just baseball was his gig, but he's done.
Yeah.
Did he do like Masters tournaments, and he's done like golf majors? He's done college football games. Like he's done all kinds of shit.
I'm quite sure if I hear his voice or I hear something that I watched,
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, okay, I know who he is. Yeah.
he's just one of the legendary sports voices.
yeah. Moving right along, Brendan Meyer says, "What's one thing that you have one too many of? For me, it's going on house and project tasks."
Kids.
Dang. He said he wants to return one of them. That's not right, Daddy. It's wrong.
No lies were told.
That's
So
actually
mean.
my answer. So I'm gonna say my answer.
No, you gotta say your answer now. See,
Dev knows my answer.
Trash games.
No, people in my
I don't
goddamn
know.
house.
yeah,
We'll leave
true,
it at
true.
that.
Yeah.
One too many.
Yeah,
leave it at
absolutely.
Just leave it at that.
Oh man. Oh, what do I have one too many of? Consoles. You can get rid of the Switch. Yeah.
Wow.
I can't think of anything else other than that. Yeah.
I don't have enough cars. I could use more cars.
Shut the fuck up.
I could use a couple more. You know what? I've got one, actually, a good one. Headphones. Being friends with Dev has led me to own way too many damn pairs of headphones. I got way too many damn pairs of headphones. I've got AirPods. I've got Sony's version of AirPods. I've got headphones that vibrate. I've got Switch headphones. I've got Zelda headphones. I have way too many damn pairs of headphones. I have Arctis Pros that I don't even use. They're just in the box because I bought them one day and then replaced them with these, and I don't even know what to do with them now. Why they just sit there?
Jeez.
You can't trade in
I have-
headphones. There's nothing I
Got
can do
two
with it.
pairs of headphones. Got two pairs. These and these from my phone. That's it.
Any damn pairs of headphones.
I'm sorry.
Not
But I'm
enough
not sorry
Lancers
at the
though.
same time.
Do not have enough of these.
I mean, you need at least two more. One for each hand and a couple to strap to your back, right?
Right? Definitely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Definitely need more.
Yeah.
Haley
said she'll buy the Arctis Pros.
Haley, I don't think it'd be worth the cost to ship them to Canada. You could just buy them. You could buy a better version of them for cheaper, than me shipping you
like
mine.
$6,000 to ship it there.
Yeah.
I forgot what I sent her, but I sent her something that she had to pay $150 just to receive. Like after I already paid it, they were like, when they got there, they're like, and you owe us more money.
I've learned anytime I ships Haley something, I'll just buy it off Amazon. and
Yeah,
send it
she
to her.
messaged me and I was just like, what in the hell is this
fuck that.
broken country? Could you imagine if the postman was like, I need money? I'm like, if you don't take that shit and get off my porch, how dare you?
Aren't they supposed to be like extra nice up there? Like they shouldn't be charging you extra for delivery.
It's
That's nonsense.
that's the
they should
price
be
of the
happy to
healthcare.
deliver you, right?
That's the price of the healthcare. Everything comes at a cost.
Yeah. You gotta pay to get the shit you already paid for.
Yep.
Yeah,
They'll get you some way, one way or the other.
I just paid.
Dr.
You. Well, now you gotta pay. Again.
Bland Explosion wants to know, is Jack super hyped for the new Pokemon? Hashtag justice for Jack.
I feel like he's a little reserved. I'm not sure if it's just with me. He definitely liked the trailer.
Spirit?
He liked the trailer. He was like, yeah, because after Arceus, he might be a little broken because I was letting him have it. You talk about trash game? Arceus is straight trash. I watched him play that game and I was like, this is egregious.
Basura.
We did not spend $60 on this. Like, we should file a class action lawsuit. Like, I feel I need reparations.
Still a piece of garbage.
Like, this is some shit. So yeah, maybe after Arceus, he's just a little conservative with me about his Pokemon fandom, but he said he really liked the trailer. There was some ice Pokemon I think that he didn't like. I don't care about that, but yeah, he said he liked the trailer, but not like super hyped. I asked him, I was like, what'd you think? He was like, I think it's good. That's all he said.
All right. There you have it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Haley wants to know, does you guys have any tips for racking up gamer score
Who
easily?
cares?
Yeah.
Gamer score?
Play more games? I don't know. Shit.
Mhm.
Same way you do
I don't give a
trophies?
fuck about trophies. So I damn sure don't give a fuck about gamer score.
I don't care about either. You know, so Jack was having a race with his friend from school, and we bought a bunch of games for they're like $4 each that just give you trophies. Like you barely have to do anything in the game, and they just give you achievements.
Like I am
buy some of those.
Play Peppa Pig. That seems like an easy game to get achievements in.
You can
And
get a
it's on
lot of
Game Pass.
achievements not a lot. You can get easy achievements playing Edith Finch. I think I got like 300 of them, and I didn't even try. So
Isn't there like stuff that you can get achievements for just for like being on the Xbox or some nonsense?
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
I think it's something like that.
There was
thought
back
they had,
on
like,
the
some
Xbox
program.
One, they gave you an achievement, I think, for like launching Netflix, but they don't do stuff like that anymore.
Okay.
I don't think they do. I
Shows
don't
all
know.
I know.
See, this isn't stuff I do. I don't care. So I don't know. Haley says that's rewards. Yeah, you do get rewards for doing stuff. You get rewards for buying stuff. You get rewards for like what? There was a reward for watching Resident Evil on Netflix, which is cool because you can use the rewards for discounts on games. Like you can use the rewards to actually cash in for coupons.
Nobody's
This
buying
should get
games on
goddamn
Xbox.
nut
That's
up
what
watching
Game
that
Pass is
terrible
for.
ass show.
I use all my rewards to rent and buy movies. I just buy games, and then eventually it's like, hey, you've got 10,000 points, and I use that to buy a movie. I get a free movie. I'm like,
Can
that's
I give
cool.
you
I'll
my
watch.
points because I have
Black
points
Phone.
and I don't do anything with them.
Yeah,
TPR
Haley says
wants
she
to
gets
know.
free Game Pass.
There you go. TPR wants to know, how was Jack's first day of middle school, especially rolling up in that chart or that challenger?
I don't
If
know
that
why
was the
he
thing.
really wanted me to take him to school. I don't know why. Like none of his friends were there watching him get out of the car.
He
But,
wanted some just
the cool
morning
factor.
time with dad, man.
Yeah, maybe.
Cool factor.
Yeah, he just said it was all right. Oh, he was like, it was all right. They're not very happy about being back in school.
No
So,
one's happy to be back.
There
My
was a
kids are excited
time.
to go back.
There was a time when Jack was excited to go to school. They are not happy to go to school right now. This is not one of
He's
those
in,
times.
junior high? Junior high is the worst, so that
Yeah,
makes
he
perfect sense.
just started 6th grade.
Yeah, junior
I
high is
asked
the worst.
my daughter, "Did you want to go back to school? Or you want to stay at home school?" She's like, "Fuck that! I'll stay at home school."
The years
Just because
like
your daughter is smart. Your
during
daughter's a smart
COVID,
one.
during COVID, my kids hated school from home. So like the last year, they really wanted to go back, and then after being back a year from now, like now they're over it. Now they don't want to go back.
Yeah.
My daughter
My
has
kids-
figured out the system. She's like, "I can be done with school by 12 and have the rest of the day myself." Oh, fuck this!
Yeah, everybody tells me
Right.
this. I realize that because when I lived in Ohio, we went back to school in like September, so I get that it's
Yeah,
different.
after Labor Day. It's so weird.
But in Georgia, this has always been the case. I do feel like it's been a little earlier. So like when I used to go to school here, we would go back like 3rd week of August. Now it's like the 1st week of August. But what they've done is I've worked in a shit ton of breaks. So my kids have digital Fridays, and
What the fuck is that?
they get like a week off like every other month. There's an entire week off. So like when I was going to school, I felt like we had fall break and spring break. We had like Thanksgiving
That's
break
it.
and spring
Yeah.
break. Dude,
But wait,
my kids
what
get a
was your-
week off in like September, in November, in March, in April.
What the hell is fall break? Because it was 2 days. You got Thanksgiving
No.
and the day after, and
Nope,
that was
they
it.
get a-
There was
they get
no
a week
week.
off.
It was like a whole month. Might have
They
been
get a
month.
week off for Christmas. They get a week off for Thanksgiving. They get a week off for spring break. They get a week off in September. They get a week off another month. Yeah, that's a whole thing.
This is bullshit.
I remember, if I remember correctly, it was the middle of December till like January 3rd. You go back to school.
Yeah,
Yep.
you got 3 weeks off for actual like Christmas.
Yeah,
I only
3
got 2
weeks?
days off for Thanksgiving. Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
like
like
3
3
weeks.
weeks, like
Summer
3-4
break out of
weeks.
here. Damn.
like 3 weeks.
Yeah, so you would have like you would be in school to the week before Christmas. You'd get the week of Christmas and like 2 weeks off after that. Then you had 2 days for Thanksgiving, and then you wouldn't have another break till spring break. So you had a week for spring break, and then you were out of school in June till September.
And for the record,
Yeah.
the Digital Fridays isn't a part of the calendar. The Digital Fridays is really because they don't have enough bus drivers and stuff. So what they've done to lessen the need for hours, and it's not just bus drivers, it's like janitorial, bus drivers, cafeteria, like a lot of workers are really light on. So like last year, parents were pissed. I think somebody sued the school system because we had kids like standing on buses. Like, it's very illegal.
Oh wow!
So what they did to lessen it was, I guess, to just 4 days a week. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's supposed to be.
What am I
some sort
supposed to
of-
do with my children? What am I
That's it.
supposed to do if I have to work? Like
That's it.
this is nonsense. They're starting out here. They're starting where the high schoolers start school at 8:30 because they feel like they're better able to handle
I
school
would
if they
have
get a
loved
little
that.
bit more sleep.
Yeah,
But
I
the
would have loved
problem
that when I
is,
was in high school.
if I have to start school at 8 or start work at 8, my kid doesn't have to be at school till 8:30. If I'm supposed to be taking them to school, like how does that work? Remember
tell
when
you-
my parents worked from 9 to 5. Like,
Yeah. Have I told you the
what?
story about split sessions in Ohio?
No, what?
When I was a kid in Ohio, the school system was so overloaded that we went to split sessions. And what happened was, because we had to use the same school, so
Oh, is this tracks? Like
No,
different tracks,
no,
like
no.
A track, B track? No.
No. So the junior high and high school kids went to school from like 7 in the morning until like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And then at the time I was in elementary school, the elementary kids, and it might have been like elementary to like 6th grade or something like that. We went to school from like 1 in the afternoon to like 7 o'clock at night. So
What? Fuck that.
yeah. So we would wake up and the entire neighborhood was flooded with elementary school kids with like no supervision. We did this for 2 years. They had to do this to build more schools. This is a real thing. You can look up, I believe, Franklin County, Ohio, split sessions, probably somewhere mid 90s, late 90s. And yeah, it was a legit thing that I had to do. And it is
sounds
one of the
nuts.
most wild experience. When I tell people that story, they look at me in such disbelief. They're like, what?
That's crazy. Yeah,
We were
'cause what
all
we
just
did
home
because of
alone.
that-
Fucking way.
Children of the
It's
Corning
just-
it Monday through Friday.
Wow,
That is wild.
And yeah, we would
That's
come home, it'd be
crazy.
nighttime. And you think about it in Ohio, think about Cleveland, or it was Columbus at this time. Columbus, Ohio, we come home at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night in January. It
Oh,
was
it's
like
pitch
2
black.
degrees,
It's
pitch black. It's like 4 feet of
No.
snow outside. That was a real thing for a couple of years.
That's
No way in hell that would happen in
crazy.
Miami-Dade County. No way.
yeah.
That would not fly.
We just had split tracks, man. So you were out of school with something weird. Like your summer vacation was like February to like June or something. It was just weird. Like you had 3 different tracks.
John 32.
Yeah, you
That was-
should.
It was
Yeah.
a real thing.
That's crazy.
But yes, when I was in high school, I would have loved to have gone in later. And by the time, so we were, your split tracks thing was a real thing. So when I first started high school, the high school that I went to, they did have blocks.
Mhm.
And when I transferred away from there, I had this weird situation where I was done with math and science, but behind on English and geography, history. So like I entered this new school as a junior, completely done with half of my curriculum, but behind on like a 9th grade pace on the other. But it was cool because I only had to go to, it was cool for me because I only had to go to school for half a day because I had already completed most of my credits. So I didn't roll into school my junior and senior year until like 10:30, which was
Nice.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty
My
nice.
senior year, I had that. I didn't come to school until either 9:30 or 9 o'clock. So
And I had
no
early
first
work
period.
release. So I was like
And I had no
10:30
sixth
to
period.
2. Yeah, I was like 10:30 to 2 and I left. I was out of there.
Yeah, that's about mine. I think I was done at lunchtime.
My
'cause I had
senior
no sixth
year,
period.
I only had to take 2 classes. I had to take the 2 cores that are behind. Just those 2 classes. I was done with everything else. Electives and everything else I was
Nice.
done.
Nice. Yeah, the school stuff. Ugh.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 more questions. John 32 says, how much do you think subscription services have affected the latest software sales numbers for Sony, Xbox, and Nintendo?
None, a lot, and none.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's like the latest software sales, but I mean, Xbox just isn't going to move numbers with Game Pass. Like that was, they sank that immediately. That was never going to be the case. Even if a lot of people don't subscribe to Game Pass, still, just you're not going to move those numbers because the people that are subscribing to Game Pass are the people that would have most likely been there day one to buy those games.
Yep, 100%.
Yep.
The other 2 aren't pushing a lot of software via subscription, so I don't think.
The only thing I can
And the
think of is
software that they
Stray.
are pushing is old, so you've more than likely already played it, or it came to PS Plus already. So
and the subscription service revenue would still be factored into the profits, and all 3 profits are down. So, like, yeah, copies sold might be have dipped, but if the subscription services were doing great, but the sales were down, you'd still see that on the revenue side, and you don't see it on the revenue side. Everybody's revenue's down, so that's just showing that subscription's down. Just consumer spending is down.
Down all across the board.
Yep.
Holding on to our money, like Dave Chappelle. Just hold on to it. And our last question from JV, the habitual line crosser. He wants to know, is Kratos black?
This is a common thing.
Yeah.
What is so let me ask you, is the origin of this question simply because the voice is black, or is there a sentiment from black people to adopt Kratos as one of their own?
Both?
Both.
Okay.
It's both.
I
mean, partially because,
Well, the answer is no. The answer is no. We see Kratos. He's very much not black. Kratos' origin would tell you that he's Greek.
He's ashy.
Yeah.
He's not even
Ashy
technically
Larry.
white.
Yeah, he's Greek.
He's Greek, but no, he's not black. He's
First of
the
all,
Kratos, the Sony version, the PlayStation 4
look,
version of Kratos. He's very white.
Look, sir, the black delegation.
We can have a draft. I'm here for
has
it.
drafted Kratos.
We can do the video game race draft. No,
we're drafting Kratos.
You can't.
Yes.
You gotta train.
I can't.
Hold on there, Rondell. Now wait on a goddamn minute, Rondell. Yeah, no, he's very much not black. Now, I think I've seen this ever since God of War came out because the voice is black. I've seen people try to say that. I think they just
TC Carson
for Judd.
They just thought the voice was cool, right? Like they could have found a white person to do a similar voice, but they didn't. So they just cast the voice.
He's black.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's black. You know what I'm saying? You see how he treats his son? It's a lot of black men running around just like that. Gotta hold it in. Can't show the emotion. You know what I'm saying? Gotta teach him to be strong, hold it in.
It's not necessarily a racial stereotype. That applies to a lot of races.
He's black. All right. We've adopted him. He's ours. Just like Piccolo. All right. Piccolo's black.
Piccolo's definitely black. He likes to get some dice games.
Wow.
He got the scarf on his head.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with Piccolo because he just hangs out with a giant amount of group of white people. So, like, you can't argue with Piccolo.
Those people aren't white. Those are Asians.
Everybody? Maybe Chaozu.
Let's go.
Not everybody else.
No, the rest of them, all of them.
Dude, Yamcha is definitely not Asian.
Yamcha's Mexican.
Yamcha's white.
Yeah, Yamcha's
See how you
white
get
as
his
hell,
ass
dude. What are you talking about?
That dude is Caucasian.
So he's a Mexican. Got it.
Definitely not.
The only one that's white is Krillin. Krillin's the only one that's white.
Krillin's definitely white.
Yeah, he's
100%. So's Gohan.
Yeah.
No,
I can see
Gohan's
that.
Asian.
No, definitely Gohan.
Chi-Chi and Goku are Asian, so Gohan is
half.
Asian.
He's half.
No, he's not. No.
No.
He's Asian.
So see,
Dressed up
Goku
like he
is
goes
at
to a
best.
Comic-Con.
At best,
Yeah.
Goku's like Asian American.
Okay. That's
Okay.
still
I'm
makes him
rolling
Asian.
with that.
Yeah, I'm down with him being Asian American for sure. Master Roshi's also white.
Yeah, Master.
Yeah, he's definitely white.
Big Vince McMahon energy with Master Roshi.
Yeah,
100%.
lock him up.
But yeah, definitely not Kratos. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, he's ours. It's okay. It's okay.
Straight up.
But he's not though.
Yeah, we're keeping him.
You can't keep him. He's not yours.
I'm trying to think, who are we giving you? Who are we giving you?
Right?
Like,
So what's
that's the real
return?
question.
What are we trading?
Who are we giving them for
Canceled like
Kratos?
hell over here.
This is a good question.
Blatantly canceled.
Can we get? I can't. Is
We
Barrett
want
black?
Lee. We want Lee
Barrett is
You're
black.
not getting Lee.
in The Walking
Can we
Dead.
get? You're not getting Lee. All right.
Then the
first of
deal's
all,
off.
You're not getting Lee. And that's
Nope.
not happening.
As part of the white delegation, we refuse. Right off.
Look, man. we're getting
we-
Kratos.
Can we give him that black guy from what's that game?
Wow. Can we give him that black guy?
Star. What is
Who
Star?
the hell was this?
Hawk? Starhawk.
Nah, we can't give him Emmett. Emmett Greaves.
Give him Emmett. Emmett Green. Give him.
Nah.
No.
We want to give him the black dude with the chocobo in his fro from Final Fantasy 13. Can we give? Let's give him
You know-
then.
You know
No.
Zach,
Yes.
Zach from Dead or Alive.
No.
Oh yeah, y'all can have Zach. Y'all can have
Nope.
Zach. We're giving you
Zach.
all of these people, and we're taking Kratos.
Nope. Deal's off.
It's nonsense.
And so is
nonsense.
Raiden from Metal Gear black?
What?
Signing from Metal Gear. He's Asian.
I looked it up
We'll
and
take
it's
him.
on this list. It's
I
like
thought
that.
he was white.
Right?
Yeah. No, matter of fact, his name is Jack. Don't get no whiter than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely white. He's
Yeah, I got
not
nothing.
Black. He's not black.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
we should also take
we've
Solid
denied
Snake.
all of your offers. Sorry, guys.
This is bullshit.
Can't help you.
just
Man,
like we always do. We'll just take him.
Yeah, so
What?
that's what's gonna happen. I mean, look, he wants to be black anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Look at how he talks. Look at how he
Wow.
talks. He wants to be black.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got some Timberlands. He actually had some Timbs with the Blades of Chaos.
Yeah.
That's what it was. There were some Timbs down there too.
He
Like
called
them
the
true.
hot dog a glitzy. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard him.
Absolutely.
He wears a Yankees hat. Yankees fitted.
Oh, he had the Yankees fitted for sure with the wave cap with no waves because that's just how you do it. It's just a style. You know what I'm saying?
Ross.
Yeah.
No, you can't have Nadine.
Wow.
Nah, that's
Absolutely not.
she a baddie.
Cole.
She's a
Yeah.
baddie.
Cole train.
You can have Cole.
There we go. Deal.
Done
deal.
That's right.
Got
You
yourself
can have
a
Cole.
goddamn
You can have Cole. We'll take Kratos.
deal.
Yeah.
And then we'll have Kratos kill Cole, and you got nothing.
John took his says ask for Varl.
Absolutely not. Even though, kind of.
The hell's Varl?
Varl from Horizon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Varl's that would be a good one.
Yeah,
Varl's cool.
I mean, I kind of want to give him Varl. I'm okay with that.
You know what?
It makes
we can
sense.
Consider what happened.
It does make sense.
That's true.
Definitely
Exactly.
makes sense.
Yeah. Y'all can have him. Y'all can have Varl and
for
Cole. We're taking Kratos
Deal.
and Solid Snake.
Done deal.
Yeah. Solid Snake.
You guys are like, I don't give a crap about more Metal Gear as much as
Just saying. Solid Snake is
Texas Brick.
always smoking them
what is-
Newports.
what is
He's
black
always
about
smoking Newports.
Solid Snake. That is Clint
He
Eastwood
smokes
shit.
Newports.
What are you talking about?
Doesn't
He's
get more
smoking
black than
Newports,
smoking
bro.
Newport.
Oh my
A
god.
bunch
He's just
of-
perpetually angry and tired. You know what I'm saying? It's just smoking Newports.
Again, you're
Tired-
just
tired
describing
police.
Dealing with the shit he has to do.
That's what you're describing.
Huh?
You described Clint Eastwood, not black folks.
I don't even know who that is.
Yes, you
Who's Clint
do.
Eastwood?
Don't get
Who's
out of
Clint
here with
Eastwood?
that.
Nah, never heard of
Nobody
him.
cares about.
Exactly. Get this
They'll
ridiculous.
never care about no Clint Eastwood. This is nonsense. They can definitely have Jackson Briggs from Mortal Kombat. We don't want him either. We'll
No,
give
the one
y'all.
from the
We'll give
movie.
y'all him as a freebie.
Jax
Like,
sucked
there you
ass in
go.
the Mortal Kombat movie. He
Y'all
was
can have
just-
He is
Jax.
terrible.
Just
Yeah.
awful.
We like denounce him. He's just no. We're
I
good.
like it. In the game, he's okay. In the movies, he sucks. He is
Ugh.
awful.
Yeah, not great.
Scorpion's black too. Just saying.
What?
Yeah, he definitely black.
Definitely
Scorpion's
Asian.
Definitely black. He's definitely black.
Like Goku's Asian. Scorpion's black. Y'all, you make
No.
no damn sense.
Every hood in America played a Scorpion. That was
Oh,
like
yeah.
Dude, everybody
yeah.
played a Scorpion. That's not a black
Nah.
kid. It's all kids.
Yeah,
That's
that's-
everything.
Nah.
Nah, y'all
Yes.
played Johnny Cage
No,
and Rainbow.
no. The
Yeah,
answer
exactly.
is yes. Just wrong.
Luke Cage.
No,
A lot
not
of y'all
Luke-
played
Luke
a
Cage,
No.
Johnny
I
Cage.
don't know
We
what
was
it
out
is
there
you
with
have
that
in your
Scorpion.
head. Why people play Mortal Kombat? It's wrong. It's incredibly wrong. Never met anybody that was like dibs on
Katana.
Liu Kang. What?
Y'all was on that katana tip now. Scorpion was ours.
Definitely
Scorpion, definitely ours. Definitely ours.
Yeah.
The Sub-Zero's ours.
That's fine.
Tit for tat. That
You
works.
can have Sub Zero. We don't care about Sub
I
Zero.
like Sub-Zero.
I mean, Scorpion was raw.
Yeah.
Reptile was better.
Reptile was a reptile.
Reptile
He's
fucking
not even a person.
awesome. I remember when Reptile came out, like in the game. That was like hot shit, like on the playground.
Yeah. Okay.
Smoke.
Enough
Definitely black.
shenanigans.
That one I
Yeah.
agree
His
with.
name is Smoke.
Not even
Yeah.
gonna
His
argue.
name is Smoke.
Yeah.
Can't,
That says it
can't
all.
argue with you there.
Yeah. Okay. We're
Are we gonna go to
done.
Noob Summit?
The what? Noob
That might
Summit?
get us
No,
in trouble.
we're done. We're done. All right. Tobias Boone, Noob Saibot. This is another one of the
Yeah.
the ninjas. So
He's the shadow.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
cares.
Dude, that
about
is-
see,
that.
here you go. Here you go. You just had to go with Shadow. It's not.
Yeah.
Damn it, Delvin.
He's the shadow. Yeah. He's a dope character.
No,
Yes.
he's not.
No, he's really not.
He's not.
Okay. That'll do it for this episode of Play Some Video Games.
Only set back race relations 50 years, but
okay.
sure.
It's okay. As long as we got Kratos, that's all that matters. We can do it every once. We got Kratos. We're good.
Chung Lee's black.
Yeah.
See them legs?
No. Her name is Chun Li.
So, what that mean?
Nicki
We're
Minaj
not
had a song called
appropriating
Chung
other
Lee.
cultures. Look at you guys.
Nicki Minaj has a song called Chung Lee. Says
yeah.
it all.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Get them legs.
It doesn't mean
Fast
anything.
and live. It's everything.
Okay,
Yeah, it
so if an
does.
artist has a song title that just becomes that, because I don't think you want to play that game.
Sure.
So I can pull out a shit ton of songs. I don't think
You
you,
can,
want to
but
play that game.
That doesn't mean we have to acknowledge them.
Oh, okay, so I get it. So
Yeah,
it works,
that's how that
when it
works.
works for you, and it doesn't.
It's
when it
two
doesn't.
against one right now. It's 2 against 1.
Is
You
it?
have the upper hand.
Gotcha, bitches.
Oh man. Usually he kicks us off. Instead he just left.
Oh. This is the greatest ending in PSVG history.
Yeah. It's gray. What?
It's great.
Was gray.
I didn't even post that.
I
Who
don't know.
posted that?
Wasn't me.
Ghost.
Oh, I posted
got
that.
Kratos.
That was forever ago.
Kratos.
Kratos did it. Ghost of Sparta. Okay, for real. Let's get out of here. This has been episode 48 of the Play Some Video Games podcast. Please feel free to follow us over on the Twitters at PSVG, at youtube.com/PSVG Network, twitch.tv/PSVG, and feel free to hop into our Discord and talk some trash with us. I got nothing else, so until next time, play some video games.